Teachers, today we are going to be learning about history, how things were in the past, and how things have changed. Let's get started. All right, so today we are going to look at how things were in the past and how they are today. Can you think of any technology or anything else that has changed a lot? There are a lot of things. One thing that has changed is schools. So in the past, some schools in rural areas only had one room for all ages. You could be 7 years old and be in that classroom with a 16-year-old, probably learning about similar things. Here's what the inside of one of those one-room schools looked like. Would you like doing school like this? I don't think I would. Wouldn't be very fun. Also, teachers were very mean back then. So, you guys are pretty lucky you have teachers like us. So, another thing about schools in the past is they were also divided by a person's race or skin color. This could sometimes be good, but most of the time, and most people agreed, it wasn't right to keep people apart because their education wasn't the same. Most of us know school today, but let's look at how much we've changed. What are some tools we use that old schools didn't have? I can tell you one important one. One amazing tool we have are computers, or you could even say like a tablet. They're pretty similar. Computers give us access to endless information, news, and other tools for learning or doing work. Right? The only reason we're able to learn at home is because of computers and the internet. It's very helpful. Schools today also have many classrooms that are separated by age. For example, you have elementary school, middle school, and high school. And within each of those schools, there's different grades. Schools today are for everyone. We should all learn to help each other out, even if we're different. That's how we become better. Besides schools, technology has changed a lot too. Let's look at how things have changed. So this, my friends, is an old rotary phone. You had to spin the dial differently for each number. People had to share phone numbers with their neighbors too. So you could be on the phone and your neighbor could hop on, so there wasn't a lot of privacy. If you look at this phone, you can see in each of these circles, there's a number. So if I wanted to do 1, I would have to put my finger right where this red dot is and spin it downward, I believe, or the other way, all the way around till this thing clicks. And then you'd have to let it go and you'd have to do each number by spinning it till this thing clicks. And then it would dial the number. So it kind of took a while too. Today, phones aren't only for calling people, and you don't have to share them with your neighbors. They have games, internet, cameras, maps, music, you name it. It's probably on a phone. The way we travel has also changed a lot. So in the past, some common means of travel were, so this is ways you would get around, horse, carriage, or a buggy, or you could also just say an old car. This is an old car. This is these are both horses and carriages, and these are just people riding some horses. These are still some ways to get around, but we don't take these to school or work ever, except for maybe a car, but not an old car like this. This was one of the first cars ever made for people to drive. And as you can see, it didn't have a front window, it didn't have doors on the side. My guess is it probably didn't have a seatbelt. So it was probably super dangerous. Today, we get around in many different ways. Some are similar to the past, but improved. So One thing I just mentioned was cars. Cars have changed a lot. We have safety features in them. We have airbags, seat belts. We have radios in them now. They're more fuel efficient, or some are even electric. Some other examples are airplanes. We don't have high-speed trains here in the US, but other countries do have high-speed trains that can get you to different areas in a country in a matter of hours. It's really fast. Buses, cars, helicopters, just to name a few. There's also cruise on here, other boats. Bikes they still had in the past. The way we dress has changed quite a bit. Let's check it out. So, fashion changes very often. In the past, we dressed more formally, so you can see how these people almost look like they're all going to a wedding or something fancy. This is how people dressed every day. This is how clothes were made back then. Today, clothes continue to change. We usually dress more comfortably. So as you can see, this guy's just wearing jeans, a shirt, and a jacket, right? And shoes. Of course, these ladies are very fashionable, but even still, some of these look comfy, right? We also show a bit more skin, and we are sometimes more open to something that a man might wear, a woman might wear, or vice versa. So some of those things don't matter as much anymore. Whoa, things have changed a lot. Indeed, they have. All right, second graders, that was all I had for you for this lesson. There should be an activity for you to check out. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you guys later. Bye.